Angela mnyono wanje ebere kushesha nitwe ahashtamana nyamwiza izana gatano ebiro bishatu byo kwikumi kumwe okwezi kwikumi kumwe nizo ari byo kubanza kutahamu omu program iteje yashtamana nyamwiza ninkutangije nyita Barbara nyamwiza omugishoguni nizo beno ngo kutayisa Shine Angela nyonyozi iwe no mwita Shine Omukiga Omweshongozi wa ranganwa umukozi wabyinje bindakwenda kumenye nagamba akatumura umugwanje unanibasa kuvugamba enza kwijambo mugamba omugamba hizo bariona konka mwe narya twenda kumwotaburu atugambire ko ari kujokera ibyanga byo wabo byono mu nseje na nebinde tupasa kuba tutarukumanya amagaraje ngenda ko yanangiza ngo tishehihi iwota kumanya big chef ijaha butosha bafungura bagabura bine live band rakatano nugo mwanya gushemiro muri mbarra kujiraho bwajo mbiendia no bumuru mwende kanta zahari tanje program eji na Shine obayo ninja ninyenda kweta nyonyozi nyenka
niwe wenka niwo sigire wenko musoma aranyita nyonyozi undisha kandi omushobesa witakafu
aza ndiyo mkiza yokunda uriyo nyonyozi
ndiyo mazima
noraro
I'm very fine
tandikira
tushume mpaka abigere
ishusheshe mbanje Antonio twatanditse design eje yetaire muri yari
what many people don't know by the way is in my P3 kandi yo mu science club umukako curricular activities aishomezikazi compulsory and kutaba tugiye mu science club as too short to be digging abandi kwa bene bahinga bampo bwa kirasimo ntawizo ba inspecting abari kukongora umwana yanterefu ko moto accidentally azankanye nechipafu chirunji nge cyana
chimuni primary P3
primary see she was called Orishaba Ann I can't forget so yeah nyine nkojo mutwe it makes it so hard for my kaweke to grow. So that's in case people wonder why I always have short hair, have headscarves in my head, I'm going to takusibisho check marubire buringwa nyine nkojo mutwe teinta kukunda jene nteganisa
aza mbwene nekuboneza for that matter
to mention
kare kantanti Shine Angela nyonyozi nuwo umuntu watwe gitahizo bere ndwahuruzishirize irakari yawo umuntu kubanza no mwana muto ariyo kwe nakunda biha reka kumanya
nyonyozi Shine Angela ndyo musijikazi wa Mparo turi abana mukaga tukazarwa abazeire
mukazi bushi
I've just realized this is the first time I'm actually the second time. The first time in Western Uganda I'm going to tell people about whom you know, like introduce myself. Yeah, born of Mr. and Mrs. Chris Kubiriaba. They are deceased, but the six of us, the six of us are still here with our families. Yes, I'm a mother of one.
Uriyo wakanga yo kazaro uriyo wakanga
ndio mwana wa gatanu mbana mukaga turiya bishikibana anga turiya bishikibana nabojo babiri omwishyo wo kubanza Oliver ari Kanungu owa kabiri ni Areni ari UK owa kashatu no musigaze Apollo ari Kata owa kanani Kansime Ana owa katano Ninye owa mukaga ni Taremwa Arnold is a boy yeah
bakuzara Mparo
as born in Kabale, not
Hometown.
Hometown, Kabale, Rifar.
Abaziri baba kandi bakora ki?
Dada kana akora mu bank. Mama kushubura kana temendi bota.
Okay. When bakutura Hometown Kabale.
Tukutura Hometown hagati tukaba twine duka y'ebijwaro aha main road Kabale omukire kabe bagebar. Okay, we had a shop ya chakara n'ebijwaro na fridge eri mamargo.
Nakweteje.
So omukiro
ihangwe bakabijagura ebijwaro n'ebindi
omumwazo abamutosha nabo bataha.
Nakweteje.
Mawata kajuniko.
Ego. Mwenu watandikira okusoma nakibyona.
Yes, nashomera Antinore myaka 3 nasari. Naza akabari primary myaka mushanjo. Ya high school nayo nyine kugikugambira ningo twenda turagiguruka.
Tuzakuzaye.
Nashomero mashomero mushanjo mu high school.
Bit Angel reka tugende mpora once twaheza Antinora mpaka P3 twaheza twazaye
Antinora 3 years baby class middle then
then primary
then primary was at Kabale Primary School demo college
kan demo netari na college
demo was it kanikine mukokora huri chapa so bakaba geta demo
you know why I said so for it to be demo, then it was a demonstration primary school. And those schools back in the day were attached to primary teachers' colleges.
It was
that's why I thought I thought it was
demonstration. I don't even know why we are going there. So yeah.
When were married to
Yes, it's actually in Kabale Primary School that I started singing and acting. MDD, because at home it was compulsory. Kuza Sunday school. Yes, kuza Sunday school was compulsory. Babine baba bari kugira ngo Sunday school eza neri kuburira mama arakubuza, why are you not the one who is going to preach? Atoriya we hamwe cyari bari kuza kuburira, you know those things. So even in primary school we were in MDD. I think almost all of us, okay, Apollo, Anna, me and Tarema, we all passed in Kabale Primary School. So we all were in MDD. Then senior one Naza Kigezi High School.
Yes. Kigezi High School
Shank.
Otyo.
Nabgendi yo mu MDD.
Ntegeriza amashomero kugaba mushanje. Kigezi High School wargayo ryari?
The way yo mu MDD at the end of senior one.
Akava gutse.
There was a strike. It was Kigezi High School ni shomero ry'abantu babe barakunda munonga because rikadi rikiriza bahara kukwatisho cye. So in that year bakabarenda ngo abana ba HSC bashara amashoke gawo. I am not in I'm not in HSC, I'm not in A level and ngengata no kuba, but because nyowa aho chatera tindiruka ndagenda ndiruka ndazayo. So I think as even like a ring leader, my memory is not nice, but I know I was in front of the line that was doing way for that hair whatever strike. So, yes, but kandi kuba tubinjire batuteka no mu mahurire bakatushohozo barukaryo rumuri list y'abana babe babinjire Kigezi High School. It was a very serious strike. Abana babe babinjire Kigezi High School byo kugira abana nabo babinjire wabaho umwanya, do it at your own risk. Now I was very young, as always, like the youngest in my class, the shortest and the smallest. So that antwara muyebe kundondera umwanya mino harobo bambinga report tiya ryahongoshemerirwe
Kasuwari ngukusomora jireyo ningoriyo mbyawo
nyowe kwihabuto kabampiko rujungu na history na ngeno ebintu bikwatirine no kuganira no kugana no rujungu ebyo literature ebyo na math konka ko ntaga muri za chemistry na biology na physics kahwam. So senior 2 mzee andondero mwanya muyebe nangwa ndijuka madam mwine aramubuzo mwana kane mutagwe nchatakudabura senior 1 ni waine michwe mbino atakora jo mukirasi dada na yanga tuliyo mu office. So nazo senior 2 muyebe amuyebe, it was a whole different story. Bishop Chivenje girls kandi bambe muyebe kanyemera konkata chizbe chabire muyebe omuntu wabe deputy headmaster with, I don't remember his name, I had nicknamed him Digo. I don't remember his real name. Niwe bakamu transferring ayija yaba headmaster.
When yakura tinso.
Ngeno yijara manyo bucwe bwanje bubi no buyandebaga mu compound nyine mico we mwana kareba kakanta kuyareba gashanka, you know. So first of all, of course, abantu mu muzire azanta kukora bintu bihango. When I say bintu bihango, I didn't have a boyfriend. I fear the dark, so I never used to jump the fence when you go out, which nkankora domestic violence. No tebibi munonga kantanywa marwa kantatera bara mwenu nkankora obuntu bubi nko kushanga yomwe nayo miro mu class mu kibe kitiri, you know. I'm a bully. So yes, a big time.
I see what you write. It's all over you.
So I
follow you. I do.
I used to bully as a, shockingly enough, teachers. Stuff. I was like a chief nickname. Like when a new teacher would come, abana bakaba munyanjurira tumhizina chi bangambire mbera zeye njira ntogunike michenje. Hati twakweta kemichenche oryo mu kirasi ndareta keshongo kemichenche yaremba oranze nyuma kunori yagira ati ayombe wanyije. Okay,
so waza muyebe wa marembe
naza muyebe as in muyebe for 1.5 years.
Uwe manya tukashire mu senior 3
1.5, that's senior 2 and then senior 3 like first term.
Haba hochi bakwihanganda barimo amidst the suspensions, reto muzire, those things, yeah. So while in Muyebe, I became hysterical. Because why?
I'm a very emotional person, by the way. Very kunda shemeregwa ndengana, kunda nyiga ndengana. So I don't know. I don't even know how those things started. Konka nkaba nyiga ninga nchibanka excited mnonga nkaba.
Oh really?
Yes.
Wow.
Then hazamuna akafuba, of course akafuba kabarait mwenu tindamanya. I don't know how to say it because you'll meet an OG of mine today and they'll tell you mwe kwata chikabaga. You understand?
As if mathematic as if
yes, like that. Nembe homwe kuyendengaga. Obumemba nshemeribwe tinenda nkubenga ukabamba nyigire munonga. Nshemeribwe tucheka twashaka nyowe nza kugaruka ndiyo musikbe. So I think ba teacher byabatama. You understand? Kani zana na netball. I was so active. Netball yandema because of that. Because it started like I think in 3rd term senior 2. So naba too sickly, think urgo mu sick be. Then I was, do I have to say this on TV really? I was just young and ndi kutandika okwezi.
No worries.
And my flow was tremendous. Like I would flow 2 weeks and rest 2 weeks and flow 2 weeks and then it's painful. I mean the sick. I was like a stubborn week.
You were a package. That's the word. You were a whole package. So
yeah, every once in a while we would attempt to start strikes, ban the school. We would go to the staff quarters, steal teachers' clothes, binge. So senior 3, 2nd term, I'm told to try elsewhere.
Was I?
Now I go to Cleveland. Was it?
She gets the Cleveland ninge yanje yambara.
Cleveland yakabare.
Okay, she gets Cleveland.
Cleveland Mary's. There is a school there. Erina shomire mutamemu. Ninjira ni Mary's.
Mary's think kutumatika.
Mary's Rushoroza.
Okay, St. Mary's. Okay.
Etamage. Emwe.
Okuba kwehangana.
Mary's Maria Goret, one of the two. One of the two. Yes, just one term like this, and I told my dad now.
How come?
Because there were a lot of complaints already in just one term, and I told Dad, it's not my fault, it's your fault. You called me shine in your nose. Every time I go to a school, people want to know Awagwan, who is this, you know? So I left Naza Machiro Hill Girls School. Machiro Hill. Machiro ne kanisa ya Machiro ne kereziya rimu mufadha. Izoe wazimanya. So it is Mark Hill Girls School, but when you say Mark Hill, it sounds like it's somewhere in Entebbe. But it's Machiro Hill, it's in Kanungu. Our class was the first senior 4, was the first candidate class they had. It was a new school. I even wrote their school anthem, by the way. Kandi na habasari hakuba nkeshongora je munonga nabarenga. As a kurugakare, I was more zealous in acting than I was in singing. Okweshongora kwisha kwa shanko kwa tayo ndi Machiro actually. So naza Makiru ndikukuretera tuyijuze bipapura bya senior 4 kandi tinge wa kabiri. So izoba rimwe rida wa charismatic yanyiza tinkwijika. I don't remember the details, but I see myself at break time in their garden uprooting onions of the charismatic club. Nakura butunguru nabukura
omusiri wa gutahari gone omusiri gwo butunguru gukura gone gutahari bana
has a break time mishoga dosi mishoga buri omwe. Don't ask me what was in my head because I don't remember. So did they bakantero ba assembly. Then another time still in Machiro ndio mkristayo nishomero ry'aba Kristo, and I'm everywhere. I was like the celeb of the school. Ndugire mu tauni dagambo rujungu akariyo n'abacecezi. I had never seen it. Nyonkata kazango mwishomero ry'abana barisha shomero bine vakedo ne bikwijo ne mineche, you know those things. Like I was like a tourist. Like then bitanda tibira mara turarara babiri bamwe bazire hasi. So it was like a punishment my parents were giving me. But remember, my sister was working at the town council, still is the firstborn sister. So Ndatura nawe, and Olive is such a cool big sister. You know these big sisters who really don't mind. Abatara kudemero fashion super cool. Yeah, she lets you be. So one day twaza hakerezi Machiro kushaba na shembera. I think in a wrong way. I was supposed to do this and I did but this or something.
Catholic, so you don't
I did not know. It is God na yetisa ndimweri. nashara mukora imico mirungi nazaho oba nokugira yeah I did it the wrong way. So that afternoon kutahika ahishomero father nyeta asa buri kunyeta mu mishaka baba nampa praises shine my gaga shine so this my I went there like this. No, he first said one of you did a wrong communication. Now it's a single school, Mark Hill. So when he said wrong communication, I was like, kasantagamba naboje lizoba. You know, akatukapshanga abasanjo nabojo. Yes, wrong communication in church today. Shine nyonyoza anja stand up. So nyontechereza ngo abarenda ngo beninye natero b'imicumi. Kujemerera ngujumare hasi ngo ninye ngo nashembera ngo oh
utinguza
me
utinogwentai
na yambuka nazo mdomo. That very evening, I went on the door because you know how headmasters be speaking and they're like, we didn't force you people to come here. Mwanya go kutezo mutwe, wale bishomero ryakurema, the gate is there, you go.
You went?
I went.
Well done.
And I told the guy, as a father kabaruho na headmaster ro.
Well done.
Na teacher Ivan aruho, he was the DOS or something, or literature teacher. And I told the gate man, father ya Jizire, father was the director, father Businje. Yagizire ngo wahurira byakutamota mutezo muto gende kanai. He went and called the three of them, the headmaster, the DOS and the father. They were there by mero bamjambire tango hagati echo zikazi ngashahibira abandi bajyo prep
why isn't it
na etahiro
wasitawa
no nazo mcharo kambugo wa mkaka
there's her village close
I slept next door to my sister, like the neighbors. I told them to sleep. I don't want to know I'm here. After that, natemba taxi nazo amkaka mparo na marayo 1 week. And I remember I didn't sleep in my grandmother's house. My grandfather had a lot of wives, so I went to one of my uncle's step brother or mommy, and my mother was so mad about it. What, your grandmother's house is so bad for you to sleep in, you know those things. But honestly, can't you know. Okay, now I don't think I still have fun. I'm going to lose. So, and I'm so young. I'm young. I'm like.
At that age,
I'm like 14, 13. Yeah.
When was it?
Kuna mazire 1 week na rugayo nata.
But kabari.
Banjira banshendekeza n'ikipapura kuna rugiresho banshendekeza n'ikipapura. So I was bampa suspension. I was to go back reporting for examinations haza nyino musirikari because I'm a security ya nibichi.
When wakorejeje
nije ati naza cleverand na marayo that time like whatever period it was that I had to the Cantab.
Yeah,
so I came back for Cantab.
Wakorejeje
Nina musirikari ari jaramsa ageta kashitama muryango atakandinda namara gukora nkagaruka nkandika minister
bakumushashura buriza bazire ba
ninjira. I was too young, I didn't know.
And you didn't care?
Honestly,
you actually were smiling.
Nyonka nindeba nibandahura azizo bariyo kugaruka usually kuba abambingaga ishomero abantu bo muzire. You would be on a brighter side going back with dad, because when dad reaches to school, he's looking at them like, the shine you're telling me, I don't know her. Do you people like provoke her into like? He was super cool. My mother on the other hand, kandi timachiro hiro takashozi bodeka tukomya hasi ya agenda ranjuma bati twaraba mu garden ba garden azibisho merubona bampurire twaraba haci yugo ari kuyomba. She embarrassed the hell out of me. She had like I shomero yeta assembly bantero mishoga gwe
ubuzwe ngo kanga ngo bakutere just akanga
bantera mama. Of course all mothers are embarrassing. If your mother is not embarrassing, she doesn't love you.
You don't know, you don't want me to start my side.
I mean my mother when you see can't see me the act of don't mess, that's our mother. Nyanu ni mama wenyine otonjire kandi we ana rabikorere sete kandi ni comedian arata kigenderire mama arachikora kandi akachikoraga achigenderire kandi ari we. That was my mom. So I remember that day she's the one who took me. Then I did my Cantab. Our first paper was chemistry. Everyone's things were turning purple, mine stayed red. I remember so well. Chemistry practicals. I'm looking at people's things like, mine are not turning. I kept putting in things and they refused. They stayed red. And then at one time, I think finally I had a colorist thing. Just not every science, I becoming them. kandi bakabikora comparison ndio mu senior 3 mu mwaka gwitu ndi muyebe itame ibambinga dadi yatere esimu yaterera nanka metro nas wishomero akani munani wa dadi yambuza, do you still want to go to school? Kuba akore bisaya sa comparison no marako. And I told him, what do I do? We shall be coaching you in the holidays. Wow, chemistry, physics, biology, never. Biology, me, I thought periods were for white people, even when we were studying science in primary. Me, I thought, if you want to know how bad I was at sciences, that's how bad. There was never a time when I was going to become a doctor or electrician, never. Never. You had to be this messy. So teachers stopped asking the question of, I understood because my no would be so loud, you would have to repeat the whole lesson just for me. So nija nakora kantabu na mara senior 4, senior 5 naza Kabale Trinity College. The owner of Kabale Trinity College is my in-law. The nephew ni wakushera sister witu wa Kanungu. So I don't know why, but I thought I would be favored every once in a while, but with your drum happen. Konkaka njo mubandi kandi kuba babaga bine n'abajungu bo kwija kutaya ninye nanyishongora like I was talented. It was undebatable. Me, my stubbornness, I was really talented. Yes, I was talented. So banyorora nawo hande mabambinga bayihangana ibyabasi ngeno kandi bo bakambinga kandi okumango Trinity bakambinga kagaruka yo kwende ibintu byanje director akambinjira ha gate akandeba ye bakayemerire nkakuri nyo ndya ha gate aja ijobero ryo nabona bashohora bari bakuminyo wagaruka nagaruka Cleveland ebintu byo byayakigundije Cleveland wa mara S6 nagaruka Cleveland. I don't know if I'm forgetting a school or a year. So kunza Cleveland nkaba ngiye kumarira yo senior 6 tichabaska wakora yichatu you. I was suspended. Konka bakabarambeherera ico nco nani nyenda umyago mashomero gawo mushanju honestly hono kuryo kahano inayiba kubeherera koko nakugambire bibi byanje mwishomero hakaba atabamu bashija tari mubara urira kabanda kora domestic bad manners, still bad manners nonetheless, small either way it's bad manners. So this matron in Cleveland, that woman didn't like me, honestly speaking. Like she would pick on me for my shoes. Prejudice. She would pick on me for my shoes, pick on me because of my skirt, pick on me because of my specs. Like me, I felt like I needed him. You know, and now that I have grown up, and honestly speaking, I know my OGs are going to watch this. Now that I've grown up, I think maybe there is a male teacher that was favoring me a lot, that she had a crush on, and she thought, because I can't explain why that short woman was against me the whole time. When no. Izoba rimwe tuzo mu Easter. Actually tuza mu Easter abazire ba in-laws ba sister njogo shirwa hera ababajungu abazire biba bakabizire kunu. So Easter kabandyo muka dadi niwe yanjiro muka niwe yangaruira ishomero kuna ikira ishomero bayeta dado mu office bine list y'abana abo basindikire kutaha bakaza mu maroje n'abashije izina ryanje ririho. And over your dad picked yourself. Yes, and I was home the whole time. So I told my father, you see, I told you, that one time so I capitalized on it to do whatever I wanted because daddy now knew they are biased. So one day I'm suspended. I don't remember for what. I was suspended, and then I come back after 2 weeks and with a parent and with fines and we were not doing so well. Our father was not in the bank anymore. When UCB changed to Stanbic, he stopped working in the bank. Financially, we were pulling strings. I'm now like 17, 16. Nanye ndakireba twaruga mu town twayombeka kajuka chebutobere twatandika kuturayo. I could see my mother lost weight. Like I could tell that embera sinunji konka omukushoma kwanje kona nyoba kabatakambinjira gaho fees our father really want when daddy we akabara manyango mwana atashomire, there is no future for you if you've not studied. So he used to do everything possible. So this one day I'm suspended. My father was so used to me being chased from school that even when the schools would say you go home for Easter, for Easter is it true? Shine specifically mwagambiraga abana kutaha mu mwaka papura
kuza confirming
asa nkanda jari birahuri bya misho. So nkaba mbyihaga makasibani kigenderire nzo wa headmaster tebera ryanje byacu kandi ndakuza kureba petition ndabaho nenu yowe like yeah ndaha
that package
komuka nsangura misho gazimba ntibikaceka kareba ikintu sibo mukanje tutoche na mama ngakayishoma na kwange ngomitano of course. Like I was such a child. Honestly, I was such a child.
I see it now.
I go back to school after 2 weeks, and I don't know what will trigger me. Like because now we are at school. Daddy has paid for books. Yashashura sinjenje. Yashashura school fees. Tulikuza kukora mocks za senior 6.
Watandika wakore bindi.
This time around, nkakwata. We peed in a bucket. And I don't know, I think, so I tied it on the door, so such that Metro niyigura Omweshongozi. And it happened.
Was that,
but of course I was assessed.
Yes,
that one. Of course, I was always the first suspect of every crime in the school. I had my kabe, akorara Sarah. And I told Sarah, you will say I was with you. My literature teacher was my friend. He came and told me, we are from a meeting, but kuza kukubinga.
Was it?
Actually, at one time I had a phone. Ninjira mundu go kubanza bakambi njire simu. Nganye nakasimu ka vibrating a Metro nayo. Shine give me that phone. I remember it was that phone that brought problems. Some weird boy. There's a weird boy. Now I'm in senior 5, I'm a big girl, yo. But I don't remember that phone saga, but I remember he came home looking for the phone. I can't remember the details really. So now they expel me. Remember, it's not even a week.
Yes.
And like I've told you, I'm now old. I can see that I'm doing wrong.
And you're a mess.
And so daddy Isha kunya nkaza teacher kangambira bari mu break barugo mu meeting yanje nkaza bari kuza kukubinga. Yeah, bari kuza kukubinga so na parking ebintu kanyine case yo buzigeze zirika briefcase. Nkajikurura mu compound
bataka kwire expulsion
bataka gambire nanye bataka ngambire because I knew they were going to, and because the headmaster was my father's friend, so they wanted to call dad, then call me from class. Why are you fooling mu compound yakra to nakabafkanje to paka hagate headmaster yanyeto uza kwikoma office dada kashita mimba mweserekari nyonta kuchimanya. My father now was really mad.
He would have to be double mad.
He would do this when he would be mad, like this, his foot, and like keep your eyes away from you so he doesn't look at you.
Because arakuturisi.
So I get into his car. Hata kabaru Jerome banka kuvuga special. Akai no bumotoka bubiri kamwe hino ndija kavuga kandi ari wakavuga. Azarankunda.
Because why not? I've seen from where he has come from with you.
My father, he loved me so much. Not yet. Obgetika chimanyire ngo arankunda. Konka dada kabangambiraga nyencha kare uje tujye mu rukundo. Ariko njya yishomero, and he's telling me tomorrow I come we eat mu rukundo. How? You're literally telling me to escape from school and come eat with you. Indeed abade kuba abaga bari kugenda tinya mugufu nyashare ko mbibaga ya. Je naza kujya mu rukundo and let them get candidate yabari we and dropping. Will you ask me how I left the school? That was my dad. He was super cool. Not like my mom. My mom was a mad woman. So, that day when my father was driving me out of the school, he said, "You're an abomination."
Oh, shine. What a way to come out.
This is my father telling me.
umwami yagahamwe mu
turareba hamwe bi Nigeria ndareba ikigamba abomination mbwe nyoka namango abomination umutara yakucena no kuzagehena. I will never forget it. That's why I quoted it. He was driving up kusatiri kunyegera makanga, you're an abomination. Kuzaruka ikakwefuza mwincho razaro umwana. I think he didn't know who it was he was talking to in that time, because in your way I am a deep thinker. You say how are you and I think you actually want to know how I am, and I'll start telling you I'm not fine. Kumbe wori kunyakura kushi. So in my head I'm thinking, wow, I'm an abomination. My parents even regret why they gave birth to me. Oh my God, you know, that's what was in my head. Then I reach at home, we reach at home, he drops me off and goes back to work. Mami was at church. Ni lunch time nikashaha mwenda hati. Mama yaza hakanisa.
Yazunre.
Muno. Kare. Mawaka juniwa mutindikigeza isikuru musini ya wanu.
Bande.
Kandi tiyaranze nyime. Kandi mbwenu ko harabe hari higuru.
Ari.
Hahaitebo. A very good woman. Tukatamwita secretary wa mukama. So mami is at church. Then we tukaturatura na Peter Muhammad. Don't ask me why he's Peter and Muhammad at the same time, but he's my nephew, our firstborn nephew. Our firstborn sister gave birth to him while in like senior 6, I think. So akakura numuka. Konkisha no musiramu. So every once in a while ni Muhammad obundi yagiye witarari Peter. Yeah. So tukatwine Peter arashomera ha junction aka kanisa ku mama ariho. So Peter yanyegera yashanga umukaticho atojya haye. Nyeno barakwita. He was like in P there. Ngeno muze arakwita. Ati buri cyo niba baragamanu. Ati wakozire ki? Ntantweza bambeherire. Ntweza bambeherire. Ati amawe. So he put in me the fear of mami na kusanga wa.
Ngabana nyonyozi. Acho
kabanye nakakeska chakati ka traveling kakeska che. Sister wanje wayuka kakampire very beautiful kabag kanjenda nako. Ninda hokachi. Kumbandya ho mama karetwa hasi haruguto. Arinkahe.
Utaka mbizi kwenzi.
Kanda kabaye neminyafuye ekushanke mbundu. Eje yabarisi enkoni. Arinkahe. I heard her voice, the fury in her voice. I remember running from the kitchen. I ran from the kitchen. Na gambira Peter. Gambira mama tindi na za bedroom na hachinga. Mama togumeyo. Ojirechi. Because I knew young kwato she was like me. She has such a temper. And I'm like that. So nyomi chache na wanyizo bude ho nkurebere itaka nko mugeze shahezo urotambo niriri. Bateke byo kurya byasobwe mbayo muhurira. Omwana araza kunyitogu. My father was such a quiet man. I don't know how he ended up with a crazy woman.
It is good.
Then supper comes. Dada kabagambe. Nikentari. Shine come for supper. Oragumayo kandi yakugotara kunyuga. Nyigura ho nshitama kandi nkarya. We don't want visitors here. You have decided that you do not want to go to school, so you're going to register a dead year. You will go back to senior 6. No, this is senior 6, right? Yeah, you go back to senior 6 next year. We don't want visitors here. Mbabakuletire bitabo hakuba gendeme tonenda kushoma. Taro kuza kanisa orazagwa mgeji compound. So myomwe nuke bitaba bari kungama kandi areberaho kimwe.
Nechome hachi.
You understand? Twaza kuryama nakwataka kesi kanje kace na parkingo twanguhi na tutekamu.
Waba ready.
I was such a very beautiful girl, by the way, and very tiny like this, and pretty. Ndajaro turahuri nyine swag. I think I was just born bold. Na parking otoro bina handike baro kuri nanje nerizana ndajuka njine ko keri Kampala mu briefcase ya dad. We just realized our father used to compile all our bravo letters and keep. Who does that?
Who doesn't do that?
Like he dies and then we go pick his things and we are looking for our property. Byo kuguza tukaba baginga tushaka ngarabe mwagayo gwe mwana. Anyways, So I write them a letter and I tell them don't bother looking for me and I'm going to sit for my exams because he had already paid, which I was a child. Kanze kurunda hu barankunda, you know, yeah.
And I'm a problem, I'm an abomination.
My best friend Linda, I never know Linda, oh bless her soul, very quiet girl. Very quiet, and she chose me for her best friend. We became friends in Muyebe. Very quiet, very intelligent in class. And me, of all people, as a kunza kugira nti shanga turi baniba mparo tena nturuga kitanga turi baniba. So muterera akayinisimu akuba we akaba elevo akaba yagire kwegera yani Chambogo College. It's a Kampala, so bari kiza amasimu naki. I still remember her number. I have it in my head because she's not careless. In fact, she's camped, yeah. So I call her and I'm like, I want to come and see you. She's like, I'm in Mukunjiri at my sister's place, Paula's place. Paula Kari Oji wa Oliver, our first born sister. So I went to see her at her sister's. So because we were best friends and our parents even knew, Paula actually believed it when I told her that my dad has said it's okay, I can spend the holiday here. You might ask yourself why, yet others are in school. Because we were a candidate class. So we were going to school earlier than the rest. Like, literally turahumwire abandi ko batahire senior 6 na senior 4 baguma ishomero konkanya we sandi 2 nagira ki nkandi ya suspension for 2 weeks so naza yo habuzire zindi sandi 2 abandi bakagaruka ishomero so eze sandi 2 nazimara nkai emwe twagimaro wa Paul endije emwe twagenda manya yaza Kampala ukuza kutandika kwega na agenda nawe kajanso wabo nyina namugambira nico kimwe kaba nkwatane simu njita kutunyina hurire hello daddy I'm here with aunt and Linda ndikubiha obwe mama yaye hanangirize all my friends baba tiro mchome mawe yarebiro mutandarwa pressure zamutire babaye bagira ki bandonda hakaba they woke up to a letter addressed to Mr. and Mrs. Kubiryaba Chris in brackets my parents. I went there, then after those days, I called my boyfriend.
Well done. I saw that coming. Very well done. Your news. What's your boyfriend? But where are you?
Bakaba amukomera
and wearing
bakaba musibire so kunatire simu ngamtera kwa simu yarinda ndikajansi shine nkai nenchi maybe you could have talked to me. Remember, he's this boyfriend of only hugging. At for him he's old, me I'm young. I'm in senior 6. I've not yet made 18. I'm now 17. I'm making 18 in June. Yeah. And he's at campus like 3rd year. Yeah. Don't ask me how I met him. I don't remember also. So, mambe,
omutebeza shi omugambira ho for the sake of
jansi ombarinda anjirati come now. So for him, Bambi, I think he also knew he's going out with his girlfriend. We had met for real. Only that I can manya computer, so he forged me a report one of those times when they would send me for parents or those bad comments. When like actually I think we became boyfriend and girlfriend after I went to see him then, because really he was just like a friend who is older and yeah. So he's like, you come ozeha mo old tax park, yeah. ATM ya sente na rugumo yemerera kankantine simu nkahemerera asa kabye bya call box man kabanyi honti kuna ikireho na kwata shinje bishatu na za call box na mutera na mjata like atotagira ki otarugaho na manjao na reba chakamba chanje chisho when you could see the relief over they thought I had died, you know. Then I used this phone to call Linda, who had now gone to school, to tell her that I've got Kamba. And she was like, be nice to him, he's your last option. Oh, so I went to stay with him in his hostel. And I saw things. Oh my God, I was so young, I saw things. I was like, oh! I remember it was my first time to eat an egg roll. Like, I was fascinated by an egg hidden in Irish. What? Mm-hmm. Akangurira egg roll nareba mgeno nikaswazi nega wanje mwe ati.
We are done.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mwenu wagumo. Omukabisha bashimanya ryari.
Not yet. Nkargayo kamba yamara kampasi emite byabe byo mu karumu keye twabitwara yambuza noza kutura hinambya ntitwine banyabuzare ntungamo, but it's closer to home. Since you're also going home in Kabale, let me go to Ntungamo gumurija kundeba. I've now made 18.
Senior adults.
Senior adult, and I had told him when I make 18.
Yeah, he's a campus. Yeah, we know adult.
I'm asking myself, what is wrong with me? What was wrong with me? No, he's at campus. He's at campus, but he's an ICT specialist. So he has money because even while at school he's working. Yes. Twazantungamo yampanjisiza karumu kamwe kati. Yateka muwaka kapet keye. Netano ni nyingi. Akazigo katine siringa kankampurire bye biryo abana ibabyone. But
that
remember,
is what you had asked for.
Yes, because I wanted to be close to home.
Just in case.
So one day he gets me a phone. And indeed, like every 2 days he would come over to see me.
From Kampala?
No, he's done with school.
Okay.
He was a finalist. He's now in Kabale. Akaine chidigi.
Nice.
Saka ijandeva. Tinkunywa marwa mhara witu. Tinkukora badman. Azinja kana kato.
You were just in Ntungamo?
Yes. So I'm in Ntungamo. So my landlord started asking weird questions. Ndanga muntu ebaraya LC wanu ojo wankai takunchenga niyo mwana mtu what am I doing? And I was like, does it really matter? I'm paying rent. You understand? Yambuzo businji landlord. So one day I get my phone. Makati okutia kantinire munonga. Naye Teresa.
Whatever.
I called my father.
Where we were going to shine.
It's not long. I left at the beginning of second term, and this is like what? Like in, I don't know. Daddy. Hello? Hello, Daddy. This is Shine. I want you to know that I'm alive cause Andrew Kamba had told me my parents are not okay. My mother is looking for me. Immediately after talking to him, I switched him off and blocked his number. Then Anne called me. Now, I would have gone home then. Naye Anne yabionona. Come for me. Who do you think you are? You want to kill our parents? Where are you? Where? Mommy used to think I'm hiding.
What is Tandaru?
I'm sitting.
Jesus.
Mati nyonda kumanda bavunuri so tarachenge tuchirabe
so nanda rukusimanya ngumu
mama rara rumutanda ruha arando and like she would go there thinking Shaina undamanya she's so crazy, she must be hiding there. And she would even put their food in case I come late. Ubatari honkajirachi agaruka bishanga she got into depression and everything. So ana yanjuma ni ya hesimu na mubrokinga. Some auntie of mine called Mebo also called, but for her yagambache
diajuma
mwana wanje manya kwaraza. That's what everyone was saying. Nyokwaraza. Me, I thought she didn't like me. No, she came looking for me like she wanted to kill me. But still I didn't go home. And I blocked all their numbers.
Whoever ever tried to call.
And so now, because the gundi was being so much on me, the landlord there, I told Andy, Nino genda kokatono. Nazo wa cousin wanje, actually not even my cousin. His father, he's called Rukundo Alan. His father was my father's best man. They were best friends, so we were like more of a cousin. I called Alan, Nora hinda turo, bani chireka, buge yogerere, those things. Hey. Intindenda kuisha kuba ngyo ati bamzayi barachemanya kandi otagirachi
utagisuwaga.
That's how you come. He had like 2 housemates. One was a Muslim, I don't remember his name, and some other one. So I've come remember now I'm an adult, I'm 18 years old, I can do what I want.
Well done.
So kumpikayo, I didn't know, but he told my big brother, who of course told everyone. So they knew where I was, but
and they would come for you.
No, yes, no one did.
They want you to deal with yourself.
Nagumawa arani one day kuyabira tarata jiri kukora munani we yaenda kunanka na ayanga. So I knew it was time for me to go. So I left and went to my brother's home.
Okay.
Namasuba, Entebbe Road.
Apple.
Aratura mukazigo at Yaha campus. nijuka kariyo akaba ine n'essimu mawe eine bwa headphone kanta kakirebaga akara tuta mu matu agambira hata kwasira esimu my big brother, my role model. So I go stay with Apple, who then tells my parents, of course, about me. So now they know where I am, but I don't want to talk to them yet. Remember, I'm a school dropout in daddy's books. That's abomination. You're not a child. In fact, he can even replace you with someone else. Naija narugana masuba naza kutura na kansime
Linda ho kamba ba boyfriend wito mulunzi
kamba riyo ari
kambwenu wa muhagapu ngo baza
nitugambira asimu hi I love you too yeah, but the problem between me and kamba kandi bambe kamba would have qualified as the life of my life konka na wakaryo musiji so me I thought the moment he enkubera tutera
true
ngeno niko yarugire mwaho nka best man
gaterwa nkubu
nambe cyakamba cyanje narizo baza kunda mubona nandika bare turegurira byana yiro tutame tunywe konka really that was it and he became a friend, like moral support was there 24/7
so wazoa an
narwa Apollo nazoa naza kutaya ya no nemintu kabire kwa Apollo narugayo nambye tkanze kutaya ira ana karatura bukoto hatiwe aine 2 rooms haka room was posh because our sister owashirwa mujungu kubagenziri hagire bibamuha byo kutam sitting room no muchenje obunyowe na Apollo turakora ha Rock Point. Apollo ni watu tuireho ego amarobozi hano was so good akaba ainira kadyo mukazi hebyo mushija n'ibyo mwana. Those are 3 roles. I had 2. Apollo also had 2 akaragama ko muzeyi then ko mushija. So twaza kutayira aniza bari mwenyewe nagira ki nagumayo nyine myaka mingi
ekaberi nka series ya
very 5 I acted in Rock Point nibwe ntandika.
I'm just trying to show you how important you were then when you didn't know you were
kange wakabi. So amid this Rock Point twatandika ku recording oburango obubwono bumwamuhurira. In fact nkaza kutandika kweshongora kanteka ho radio nyehurira like a whole break ekatuze mu burango tugaruka aka MTN aka Airtel aka Coca-Cola aka bwona bwonira karige ryanje because I used to translate from English to those things. Excuse me.
Bless you.
So
wa an ho watandika
nazo wa ana kuzayo kandi ndugayo kandi yo habonire. You understand? So nargo wa ana kuza hacheyo cha Red Cross no shakashaka tukamaza hacheyo cha Red Cross kanungu hakariyo murimo Oliver yatuterera tariye mpunji
zaragaramwe za matanda
so nza matanda.
I remember that year
kumpika matanda.
Yeah, that's like 2009 10
era 19 kandi 2009
yeah
naza matanda
yeah
kumpika matanda bossa nkunda so mpendera ndinka head girl nka prefect aho then my brother was in the store bichi ebyo niko babe bateta ngo bakabatushashura
of course
tinkarebire mawe tinkarebire
kandi bakuruza
nibamanya ndiyo nambwe no hati nakora matanda nambwe no hati niwe barabeta bafoko person bichebyo. So one day we had a trip to Rwanda, like tukoze batusasude kati mukona katugende ko out nkapakira mabati napakira masafu napakira za burangi napakira amafaraso napakira migati napakira chi kanyine kaka pick up kijire bintu
wazamuka.
Yeah, because everyone thought wagendo ryo mpara muturagaruko yinenda osirane bikiso me
vibe.
I wanted to show them because nkabanchaba nyijine. My father called me an abomination.
But this is the abomination coming back.
Atesina funa apology to me. They were supposed to apologize to me. How do you say those things to your child? So I went to show them that yo mundabye ndi wakabinyo ndi wachitaro nyonga kwendoza. So I got there. My mother was so happy. I remember she saw me, she sang tendereza yafuka mayarambira hasa Yesu. Oh man, she was crying. My father was so happy, so happy. Like I know they were so happy. warahuka haza warira bucari kare. Like I remember my mom mostly the way she knelt down akarambira. I was even embarrassed because I'd come with people munda kurira, you know. So na barabaho nabiba.
You're so bogus, you know that.
Yes, munonga. Hey, warira turire. I'm supposed to cry too. People are going to think I'm insensitive. Why am I not crying?
It's okay. So, yeah,
I have never told this.
What warejo mugati yawe ijwire ka
efuzi tino ndi kushwaza kare nkanti nakubigama ngutashwaza abana konka hati no maza no faza no sisko no senior 6
yona nini
no nothing.
But we are good.
Do I look like a senior 6 dropout? Now gamba dropout ara yabishtamire. Do I look like someone that didn't sit my senior 6? Do I?
Tugumizem
ndagamba rujungo rugambe na computer nkijana ajega konkanka JJS. Because when I was staying at Anne's, I got a job at my uncle's as a receptionist. So now I got Excel or Microsoft behavior, so I can survive literally. So, oh, Wanange Barbara, I love you so much. I can't believe you've taken me down this road. So,
Cisco ya aboti ngwetyo mutura bukoto babaringo muzu life is for hustle.
Yes, mujama yaronda anti weyo muri hii.
Finally.
Fast forward, I'm staying at my uncle's home, in Chisarsi. Yes, now, no, Anne is also in her things. Now, in her guiding, no, I remember Anna. Akaza kukora, my name is Kansime, Aratura Ntinda, in a single room, Mufariso na gas. Can't me, I was doing better then, because I'd met Shaba now. So, ishuka byona barabyankai rock pointi okukora burango kuza national theater meeting different people. So me now I'm working for my uncle as a secretary. 7M Constructions in Tinda. I mean Sasi office ye akaine rumpango. Actually he's not my uncle. He was my grandfather because he's a cousin to my mother's mother.
Queen.
Konkari Omukiga hands Omweshongozi engineer. Yes, amitwari kuma kwezi gwe. Has a lot of money. Umwache bantumire no mutauni ampeza boda nkwata taxi tugeme no maina kuyawe ni turana bakazi ni banje. Their father is dead, their mother is in the village, so nabana bonkomonjo ni turana. So I have to be good to them. Remember now ngakabuzi kesi bikire ndamanye nako nagirebira. I'm now old. So one day it was my brother's, it was Valentine's Day. Ine bintu binaguruka konkati ndakunda kubiza mubumba ndikanungu ndakora mu Red Cross. I had a boyfriend which ahori hona imaha. So he broke my heart when I was working in Chisasi and staying.
But you needed a heartbreak.
Akagukwata yaguhenda kugwa hende chire yareba gwa hende kayagukwata yagurya yagucera buryo bukanje.
You know why? I'm on your parents' side. You needed something to put a bit of sense in your head.
I'm making 20.
Well done.
So on 14th June, on 14th Feb,
Valentine
in 2010 or 2010, that's when I'm making 20. Ndikuruga, my brother was at home. I wanted to give him a good time, so I went and bought a rose flower for him, for the girlfriend, which I went and spent Valentine's with him. Because me, I'm heartbroken. I'm single. I need a loved one. Spend my whatever. Hati na masuba rujireyo aratura ni nabweru. Waraba bwayisoti na bweru. So kumba ndikuruga na bweru. Ndaba hari chari wanja ine ka studio hari ibiri. Tikatandikire kweshongora. Kubira after bwayisawo. Kakande as if around there. Tikatandikire kweshongora konkanka banza yonchiringa nabo bumemba kingo bweshongoro. It was studio bakorire mu banange gunyuma EO Records. EO Records mukama wajyo mujanz abeka aryo mubeka Shaba's best man. So kumpikayo Angelati mujiranti banyanjire and I'm so heartbroken. Timothy ndingamba na Timothy, the baby brother of the owner. Timothy was my friend. Timothy no yanyegese kunywa marwa kabandanywa viandi nasima no febirebyo. Timothy yanjate ataza at the last time you were here, someone saw you.
Shaba.
I have a friend who just came from South Africa. Yakula banangamba we bali kumenya omutima mugambe ate kati mwali mu studio muyite. Nze mwana nze siri mu vibe nzira waka banchaye gundi I'm from my brother's place jena maze nganyambadde nangoye za office. Then he goes in and calls Shaba. Agenda fubutuka eri eno blingi blingi
tabargira hero tumusama
ona koruga hero yinga noti akana ruga kwikaha ajire cyare cyango mwe no manya abamerika benyine. I'm like yo echi chako jamirora. That's what I said. I was like ah. So he's like, oh hi, I'm called Shaba Inesinya. And I'm like, what kind of human being is this?
You forgot your own tumba.
So he tells me, I'm called Julius. My friends call me Shaba. I'm like, I'm shiny. Hey. I didn't think anything was going to happen, really. Yeah, they come supermarket. Next door, pick what you want. Ni hamamizi garenzori. And Shaba fell in love.
Kana maunoza kweyerera supermarket.
I was heartbroken. I was not even thinking straight. In hamamizi garenzori, we exchanged numbers and I left. And he called. So
and
initially,
boy, you needed that.
Yes, initially I thought it's a rebound thing, you know, like I'm heartbroken, so can you get you understand?
Yeah.
And he tells me, you go out. I remember, Shaba kanjira go out, magana shora nje hasimu. Ati noreba higura kariya nyonyozi nyinji. Tondeka. Why are you laughing? Shami went blushing, goodness me. And you see those stars. That's how I love you. Yeah,
when long story short, that uncle of yours.
One day I'm going to the office and I am feeling so sick.
Okay.
So I call him and I tell him, I don't know, I feel so weak. How do you feel? Bichi. You go in a pharmacy at around game. You go to the pharmacy, let me talk to the pharmacist. That was so nice. That was so nice, you know. Instead of going home that evening, I went to his place. And oh boy, I was nervous. And he even says, Shaino kabora gamba, kakureba na jante, umharugu kwara gamba mulonga. Twaganira. Aratura haibwa kazo. Manya naguma yebiro nkabina.
Omurumush.
So, kaguma yebiro bina. I don't remember about the job. I think had nkanchagwine. Ebiro bina nagaruko munka. So kungaruko munka, I don't know what happened. In there I stopped working. I can't remember why. Did they close the company or something? Because I was not fired. So I stopped working. So now when I stopped working, why not? Na packing got to chemerika kabaga kanje. So just for like a weekend, you know. So kumpika hizo barimwe akaratere ngoma mu church and in code 9 band. Izo barimwe kwaza kutere ngoma agaruka ndikoze bijwaro ndikusimura enjunte chire he liked French beans aza ebyara birugireho nkambitesa ho guru. So nabuteka nkahibarazo bwara bwanje kwijire yabure bati akankwato mukona was tiny like this and he was so big yankurura yantwaro wa dog. It's okay. Event abine midishankanye. These things are meant to happen. Yantwaro wa dobi yamgira ati ono mchara wange oja kujanga wake emirundi ebiri mu wiko kimengo yesagala yuzengo yerabenjaraze saga irakoda up to today.
You don't pose and
I don't wash clothes.
How sweet.
Up to today. Because if I had known it then, I would have taken up that gig. I needed it, man. So, I have a back problem that I've always had. Like, I think it's like hereditary or something that got worse after I had given birth. So, really, never my favorite part. So, 1 month later, I'm pregnant. And I cry and I'm like, this is exactly what was expected of me. I thought I had beat it. Now I'm here. I've lost my job and I'm pregnant. What am I going to tell my parents? Oh my God. Yeah, you understand. In fact, one day, and I'm coming back. And I go to supermarket. Yeah, and I mwamizi. Turi kuruga kureba baba nwani bitu through my mate Shaba. And one of my OGs called Nema something was like,
Shine.
Is this a baby? You're pregnant. Actually, me I didn't even know about that room. because everything was possible with me. Anything was possible with me. So people would tell themselves anything. So yeah, kunjirenda namugambira me, I thought he would be like, you know, like all men, like I'm not ready for this. But he was so happy. So happy. He told me, what do I have to do? I told him, you come home, but I'm too young as 20. And he's like, oh, the pressure is on mine. And he actually came home. Vachara. Omwaka ogusukari yabire tembire. Ergesete nyingi. Bija bino budeya nkabutano bwa sukari mama yagabira karukona kacedada mbingo mak. Of madam, we don't have sugar, they give you sugar, you leave it in the village, all of it with village women.
Enjura yatubera enjura izobe mbwenu akutofere korra twafuruka abo kugira ngo enjura ireke kunyangaraza twashitama handi izoba ndiyo rimwe mutakare byahindukaho mukajanga twabata mukandi biye bizobere oreto mukundwa naro mukundwa yereto muka
nyinenda amezi nkana shatago
ego mama
bashaba bijo muka babachwera right babagambire bakwenda yeah, and I was the first one to do it at home over my siblings because Allen, our second born, they did a court wedding. Then Olive had not yet gotten married, and to Vichy, so really. 9 months down the road, we lose our baby to stillbirth. Mwana yazarwa gfiri. Chikachigecha na chechi chikushashaba nangwa.
I'm so sorry.
So it was in February of 2021. Yeah, 2021 in February.
Nyonyos. When did I interview you for?
2021 I've not even started singing.
2021
no,
is 2 years ago.
12.
Hey, Urkunita.
2012.
Yes, I agree now.
12. No, yes. If it's 2021, then that's 2011.
So it's 2011.
10 years
from then, yes. So twagarukayo.
So kuna aferirwa mwana, my father came home in June. See me. Ya tureba. Tukachemereye kushashura njugano mu July, bakabatemera babaha period when they are supposed to. And our father kuyagire kugenda yagambira Shaba. If this is how happy my daughter is, if this is you too on a daily basis, so kolinde ko kusasura bwo buseto borenda kumpa mugende mugire kimwakoramu tikwe. But later my father told me it was because he didn't buy the whole idea of me. He didn't
believe you.
How is marrying who? When you know Shane, how do you marry Shane? Yes. So Shaba yabo mwana mukakwa nifuza. Bamukunda mukaba mwachira. I don't want to go into details that are very sad. But that's when my journey of child hunting started. I think I have seen depression and sorrow and sadness in all their colors. You get paranoid, you begin to think maybe someone did something to you, maybe.
Yeah. Like all sorts of things.
So, we are home, I'm not working. Ndakora burango, ndakora mu Rock Point. Nyine Shaba we nakora natera ngoma. Aine gigs zenki na mu wiki natera no mu kadisa obwarya abo mushijo mushabi. So one day, Shaba tells me, "Konga kano bano yoze bijaro kweshongora." Remember me, my dream was to become like Patience Ozoko nkanienda ku actinga munonga nkoko kuchora. Now Anne has started yarugayo hatu mugo TV ebipande birimo billboards bichi navuga cavities.
Kaya ka pink.
Yes.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Yes, akaka pink. So Shaba is like, "Asa ora sa kutandika kweshongora," and I'm like, "No." And he's like, "What is the question I'm going to say?" I'm like, "Tinda bibas. Kare, tomorrow when I'm going to work, you come with me." And I did think about, and it was terrible. Think about love. So terrible. Even I could feel that I embarrassed him amidst his peers. Because he told them I'm bringing my girlfriend. Buriyo mwara amanya because when I was pregnant, tendekera mukunda tukatugenda hamwe amirimo yeye. Kebe nembaga. bandi yabe ine mbaga nkangenderaho tubirya hamwe enda yanje kandi mukunda munongo mwana wa fili so tinayeshongora je yatandika kuntwara ha jam session ya National Theatre every Monday. That's where I polished my singing from. Natandika kweshongora na live band. Then one day he says, why don't you write a song? I have a producer friend of mine, Madake, izo mumanyi konze. Owa yeshongire fitting ate ni mumanyi. Owa recording fitting ate. Hakamada ize bire bya karatera ba bebe kuru kamiri babo. Namjata I know him. At he's my friend, you can go and do a song. I'm like, I would think about it. In that period, a cousin of ours was getting married. Katuna. Nune daddy. To the cover. Judith Labidia was the guest artist. Remember, Baba Yoma Mbinga Ishomero na Chibiona, but at church I was a youth leader. An exemplary citizen of the village of Karugash. So can you show more church? Even at school, I used to sing. So that is like, what don't you have? To iroko je nano katandika kweshongo mwago kureba ba Judith babiri kandi waguma no ishongora. And now imagine this would be you, but Amuganda is singing when Omukiga is marrying Omukiga.
Right.
So I went back home and told Shaba.
My dad said this.
Let's go and try it. I don't know. So kanyi na keshongoro ka keitesi. My first song. Nkakahandika nkuturo wa ana bukoto because there was a lot of nothing to do. So every once in a while when washing dishes what I would write. So I go one day Shaba has to pick his friend Brian Seremba Mugenyi akaratera saxophone from the airport and he's like I'm going to drop you at Madakei's studio in the morning shahibiri Madakei's akachira kuncheza studio sessions atiniza ku droppinga de ronyo wenjeneze kwenda Brian hachahanda shanga muramaririza it's okay so ekeshongo chake itesi necho kuhinjira remember basically because daddy said we are going to sing songs so that we can be performing at people's events barike kweta baganda. Even case the whole time we were in studio was like,
are you okay?
Ono ya mchara shabagwe manya anti bo baramanyangu nyoenda I cook very well. I'm a very good cook. So bomgen bakawa mangushaba ino mukazara kapya kujya binozire. Ngano me I'm a kind of guest, I'm a kind of host. Ora gambiro I am coming home with food I want you to cook for me. Okantaya irokijana yo pork, you bring your matoke, you put your rice, you bring your ingredients, bichi. Mshitame muzane game me you know but I'm that kind. I love hosting people. So wakatara manyambu behind this warm person, funny. There is a very talented musician. I also didn't know.
And it took your father's encouragement.
Yeah, because when Shaba said it I was like just because now I don't frat does not mean I can record songs. So I go to studio and I do keitesi. Now K is no muteso. He naturally kurira mu bigambo bindi kugamba. But he's telling me it's amazing. So when Brian comes home, comes to studio with Shaba and finds me singing, he listens to the song and he's like, Shaba, can I play a saxophone? And he was like a big deal those days. Brian Mugenyi was like the king of, you know? So ya zamu niko kutera katururu like a spice in Keitesi. And Keitesi was born. Ijuka tulikujezesa. Bampa CD. Nateka na hasimu yanje. Naterera ana mukavitizi keye. Ana ticho. Niyo wage shongora.
Akata kutisha.
She couldn't believe it. Ngiyo motax nakatera hasimu nateka mu earphones for my brother Apple. Ya hurira. I got on the bus to take that song to my father to hear it and my mother. They could not believe it. It was the facial expression of my sisters and my brothers and my parents that made me feel like
you have made it.
I can do this. Shaba is such a musician. So it was hard for me to tell whether I've done a good job or not. He didn't want to spoil me, so he would never be like, wow. No, he was a critic. Then Shaba nangamba ogenda yimba akarara nengamba yes, because now I had a CD that had one song. So every kuhinjira of every relative, every friend, I'm available at this moment. Please don't try again. I am there. Nkabanzo yinshongeche shongoro abantu bansheba. Dada tachikuri bya bibiri. Kungaruka yo nagambera Shaba ntinenda kweshongora. But what are we going to call this that we are doing? Because do we need to call it anything? Oh, you're fine. So which one now are you going to sing? Don't I have my song? Nkaba nyine chorus ya omukunda imwemwena so ganyu aharinye ni mundechenyenka. Izo barimwe kuna abandi mu koza dishes zo mu kitchen. I remember tukatwatura mutungo hati ndikuronda verse ndijo cause Shaba had told me like in 2 days we are going to studio. Asa nyoka nkunda kuza mu studio nyine cyeshongoro chona kwenda ntakateganisa produce. Omwana ndamukunda hazana warankunda, because I wanted to be specific about me being a Mukiga, because that's one of the reasons I'm doing this in the
Plus,
first
it's the audience you're breaking through,
exactly.
And you don't even envisage yourself beyond there.
And
so
exactly.
Zero down on
and
this,
then,
maximize.
And then, actually, me, I didn't see myself in Barada. That was overthinking. That was overdreaming.
Precisely my point.
Yeah.
Where your father spoke from was where your focus
and I'm not
was.
singing to be on stages performing. I want to perform for my relatives.
Thank you, Mom. We are there together.
So omwana ndamukunda hazana nakahandi ora mukwate ho gumurunda rande imwe mtako karama twazo mu studio twakora mukundo ato mukundo yandetero buzibaka nkagikorera video
yaba orofa
bashamwe Davido wakabi
TV West
akatero
I think that's when I also met you.
Bana mwe bakatero mukundwa nyowe naza kugaruka akasaruni kakanda kunazaga ho nyishire kutaya irarinda arakora kunu babanta bunanywaga nabo hati barandeba nka big deal. And I was just shy, not Omukiga. I reached here and Omukundwa was.
You notice I don't call you Shine Omukiga. You know that?
Yeah.
Because that's the Shine I know.
Yes.
Shine Angel and Nyonyozi.
That was me. Na video yo Mukundwa iriho Shine itari Omukiga. Hatugaba bubiri. Abantu batandika omuntu yantereraga mpaka mitwara abiri question anja I can't believe anyone is paying money for me to sing. You understand? Agenda mpora Shaba take care kandi buve bushatu again at mother case nazayo nakora omwana rinka magneti aha murundogu nkozire audio ya magnet. I was in a party I used to host events and do I don't remember what we used to call it konkakuwa obago yine mbaga like a house party at home, but you're not interesting and fun enough, you hire me. I come as a friend and I host your people for you. I come with indoor games with you because I'm fun. Am I not fun, Barbara?
A big deal, my friend.
So kabandi cartoon mwe kandi kacha Mickey Mouse wachenge chibeto, so people would hire me. People would hire me. People would hire me to come and make their parties fun. So my uncle had a daughter who was going to wed, and Penny Patra showed up.
Yes.
Now me, I didn't know. Kuno hari abantu bari azandi kugambira mazima. Nkabantara bamanyo kandi amasista cyari bayishongwe grade kandi manyaba bayishongwire bishongoro bya Rastachazi Santana kaine cheshongoro
then maybe Prosika Nkunda
Okafo
Ogabo Kufu.
Like me, I thought that was it.
Kwa buriyaho
Deba Penny Patra omara ijano makuyabira jwara wena
Patra was Patra
ata hamunde bishoche rya brown ngira ntichai toguno wa Kampala
dara
bija bangambira ko as the MC that girl has something to sing agaranga Penny Patra kishongora konkana nko. I was mesmerized. I literally asked for an autograph and for her phone number and for her blessing.
Konkana nko
and I called Shaba, I was like, I've just had the most beautiful Nyankore song from a girl called Patra. Good enough, she was also staying in Mutungo. She was my friend.
Back in the day.
So I would say Patra actually introduced me
to music.
To Eyakunu, because hakaba hari yo kanaiti Sam kabasa moya ahuna shanjire na basije reita kanaiti yes kanaiti ka Western Uganda kabasheshe aho Patra yantwaraga kutuba turyaho zowa and the music was also a friend. And now he's like, what songs have you done? No, let's do urban now. Because the urbanist I could have gone then was ndaronda, ndaronda, masiro wire wona nindonda. I am still shy. Nindonda. So one day I had come for that song. Echa nindonda na shanga yo some stammering rapper. Akafa, he's late. Alikweshongora mu beat ya kwato mugongo. And they Angela, no, Shine, you have a very powerful voice. You know you would shake me. That's whole song, you're funny. Like, really? No. At Shine not so chikora. No, when Kubira Shabaka to Jabimba. Because they knew Nimutina as a manager when he comes to it. Tetuna Fuka Shab Empire.
Muchigyoku.
Kuni izire. Ndikuza kukola that dancehall song. I called Anne for moral support. Nkoko na yehemba already zankaja nyine interview jananye mbone biga na terera an haza I'm going to do a kind of song I've never done before. It will help if you're there. Anna comes. That's when she told me, "It's Shiny. Why don't you call yourself Shine Omukiga?" I'm like, others are calling themselves Brania Candy, you know? Yeah. Nyowenya ite Shine Omukiga ugenda banyonyoza. Why? Ati because torajara bukondo mwana wa mawe. Ati reba nkoko renda. So if you put Omukiga, you will survive. Going on stage in your flat shoes or even bare feet. They'll be like, no. You will survive being yourself because the only posh thing about you is your English. Everything else on Jaminyacharo. It's what Anne told me. And I was like, are you sure? Isn't it like so downtown? She was like, I think people would like you because you said you're singing for Bachiga, aren't you? I said, yes. Shine Omukiga.
It's even more relatable. Like
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, then you were green.
Kwanka ijuka hati. Patowa hahiti yande vile. Hakani munwani wa bataliki banwani banje.
Bataliki banwani bambe.
Kandi hati because I had
like bataliki boka bamanyire. Kanabamba kana Uptown Boys.
When I was working on Cruise FM after I had sang Magnet.
Okay.
Bakaba babagia studio ya Alex. Elgon Munonga. So Talik becomes my friend and Wava becomes my friend and producer Alex of course. So when Shaba would come this side ndakora her cruise nkaba mwanjirira banani manjati was those three and Linda naba Sky.
Lindo uriyo no gamba Lindo nkumanyo mbanka
ogwempa hogo. She's my best friend.
I will not add. I was going to add a bad story.
No, don't add
my gunwa.
That one. Linda, mother of two beautiful girls. So those were my friends.
Linda kakwemera. Now I'm listening to you saying Linda is your best friend and the Linda I know.
Yeah, two different characters.
Did you even hear how I said it?
Yes, very calm, very calm. Even
like
at school,
calmest human being I could say.
Even at school, turi muyebe, they would use us. Nko mu senior 6 batugambaho. Tushajati now like Shine and Linda, like we were everyone's example because no one knew how we were best friends.
But there you were.
But up to today, my friends, the closest ones, are the reserved, quiet ones.
Because why not? You and I can't be best friends.
Why? Exactly. So, Linda, Talik, Alex, whatever, those are my friends. So that's how Shaba gets to know them. Then that's how I get to the Heat, Hakario Band, Yaba, Sky. Then I become friends with Sky. Nabara Vita. Megaton. Now I am coming into the industry.
We need to wind up. Shine, I'm so sorry. I'm
going to go very quickly because now I've entered my career.
Yes. When wija watandika kweshongora je mwa recording ekindi cheshongoro
natera kwato mugongo mukwato mugongo na ishongoro mukora singa manager Shine Omukiga cause now I'm introducing my name. Naba Shine Omukiga. Kuna aba Shine Omukiga twakora Shab Empire. Echatmetwajeta Empire was we had a dream of having actors, dancers and musicians and everything. So yeah, Shine Omukiga mu Shab Empire and Shine Omukiga was born.
Why?
Before I knew it,
had an album launch.
People were calling me for gigs. Someone would call me and I could not believe it because me I was singing for my people. Okabonterera ombuzo how much? Ngandi hot cake no award ntandi sobufu na best female artist ngame mtwara shat because it was not the money I was looking for. Together. As a nyochi mbanejo mitwara shatu njira nti cho daddy ba tiyaramuza no kuramuza mitora ashatu
jimpada.
So before I know it, I was trying Omukiga. I'm still with Shaba. We are making an artist and trying to make a family here.
Juggling. How was it like? I want to assume, but now that you're here, Kankwe Woods must be happy.
Shaba is my friend. I think that is what beat everything else. Him being my friend, knowing a shine that no one else knew. Imwe muri kundeba ha stage nandi shine Omukiga Omweshongozi wakabyamani waramanya cyakira gicecho muka. You understand? So yeah, and at one time, of course, the misunderstanding started coming in, the money bichibichia. So we created a corner in the sitting room where yanyeta shitamaho ni office. He's my manager, I am the artist. Namweta shitamaho, it's work. So we could not discuss work out of that corner. It helped us arrange our things in the sitting room. Just think, wow, what can't take over the table? You come tell that in a meeting. And then Shine was born, and then I come here, and I work on Cruise FM. I quit after 3 months. After 1 year, I think, I'm called to work on Vision Radio. And I didn't know I would be such a sensational on radio. I didn't. Because no one agambire Mr. Kafoko nguni ndiyo no mwishona beninkora nawe. I've forgotten her name, I'm sorry. Sherry Karabo.
Who doesn't know Sherry?
Yes.
How do you even afford to forget her name?
No, it had escaped.
Okay.
It had escaped. So Sherry Karabo nkani nkora nawe her cruise. But at cruise I was not as sounding. Because
you were not natural. Ninjokano gambo jungu. You were meant to speak Oruchigarwawe.
So when she called me and said they want a presenter at Vision, I told Shaba I'm going to work on radio, and he said if it's more money, if it's bringing in money, why not? Then I come and oh my God, I'm amazing. I didn't know I was that good on radio. Oh my God. Then 2 months into it, I start getting hosting gigs, MCing gigs. I'm at kumpura radio. Nyina kabaga kanje mwanija wabandize kugumpa kali no musigazona binitura no muchikali katete Albert ataza shine tukatuba twinobwa evenings bitu nkoro akata no mwazo tukatorora tutekankaho byabia tushitama twashama ibyo mpaho akashine basheka akashine you be the MC of my brothers, which those ones omukusaga naba MC. And I was like
nagoburiyo.
But little did I know that working on radio and becoming an events host
are two worlds.
No, were shadowing my music career.
Okay, taken over by the other side.
Little did I know that it's going to be hard for me to tell someone who hears me on radio making noise and fun and laughing that I can actually be a very serious artist and I sing at their party.
Cool.
They would rather have me as an MC. And now I'm not going to be your MC and sing at the same time.
Plus, this is not what you want for yourself. For you want to sing now.
So I ended up having a lot of singing gigs in Kampala, wedding, Vachiganation, and hosting gigs in Western Uganda, which is not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. So I go back to Kampala the first time. But the first time it was not music related. It was personal. Nagarka Kampala. Then I realized being here and working here, I didn't have to ask Shaba for airtime. I didn't have to ask Shaba for anything. I was financially independent.
I hear you, Mom.
I came back.
Because of the independence.
I came back, I was like, Shine, you're now an old girl. Izina wari kozire. Izina wari kozire. Kandi music teri musete. Ngoma zima. Shana wo yo Omweshongozi wa mano nikaro iji ori kushaba million igana.
I hear you, Mom.
Meanwhile, I have grown past singing for passion. I'm now singing for money. So I have to choose. I want money. I have to choose what's giving me money. So when I had come back, Mommy gets sick in 2020, January. Oh my God, oh my God. Thank God, yeah, you know. Then she's referred to another hospital in Kampala.
Then you have to go.
She traveled to Kampala today, and next week they closed down schools because of COVID. You can go and yaza simanyi dialysis biki. So my lockdown was not eketare etashemerirwe je. I was not fine. I actually called it off with Shaba for a year in 2020 because you know when you're having a lot of problems you become paranoid. Everyone will be Kambega. So I called it off with him and I can't even stay alone, so I go stay at my friend's home. Lockdown because I wanted to heal. Then mommy dies and I'm done for. I thought this is the end of the world.
Card and game.
Like my mother was my fan. Nora nkata kwenjura yatubinga heru. Ninterera mama nimugambira. Mami, it's raining in an interview konkenjure likugwa araikara kugira ati mukama yachurira, it is fine and akashana karaza kwaka, you will come for that interview. Whether it was biology or chemistry, in my head my mother prayed and God answered his prayer.
Amen.
That's why up to today nyonka ati nkejura kuyagwa kasheshe na jantu ngame kati kuri mama yabariho ejinjura yitaraza kumanyira. Because namuterire ni kare yasire. So mommy dies and
the world crumbled.
Now, wari kumbuzo ti buriya obundu bwo mukankagaruka tino washabiro ndijo kusasibwa. My first time to perform in Kabare, not on a wedding, was at Territories show ya Jotex band. Mazire kutera kwato mugongo byanshobera nyine crackers dancers troupe. It was the first time my parents were going to see me perform because it was Easter Sunday in the afternoon. Mama akaino muzego amkama simu shine muko buzaba nto mukanisa na mwene rizo ine kasho mwije muhaje karimisha nawe abutobere centruko. So that afternoon abamazazi bona bakaba bajya Territories taka mama yabeta. My father's workmates were all at Territories and it rained and I performed in the rain and the people carried their seats, put them on their head to watch me perform. I was a sensation. I was
magic.
It was amazing. My parents had been seeing me performing at parties Mumishanana. Today I'm putting on my jeans, my wedges, and I'm singing, oh, what Tomugongo. And my father and my mother were standing in the rain. They didn't cover themselves. They were like,
wow.
So when he reached home, my father told me, he was crying. It was my first time to see him cry. And he told me, when you left school, me, I knew torinjirira mugasho murundi no. Kandi ko atandikire kweshongwa na manga twabo muhiri. Kandi ubwe niwe yabingambire. But today, after seeing you on that stage with people carrying chairs on their heads, standing in the, if you cry with to jende mwe bari munonga kureba shitamanga nyamwiza bari.
Stop this.
So my father told me he was the only one crying. Me, I was not, because me, I thought I had his blessing, but apparently he blessed me on that day. And he told me today, wanyejese chintu chihangu abana banje mugende mukore bimurenda. Ndareba na ana nkamushashurira yani socials bichi. And she's now cracking jokes. Taremo owayejire, no one is doing what they studied. Mujende, shine, you have my blessing. What I have seen today, God wanted me to see it. And that rain rained intentionally so that I can see that people will stand in the rain to watch my daughter shine undamanya ari kweshongo. You have my blessing. So I come with my father's blessing and I take it on radio. What's wrong with me? Anyway, fast forward, my mother dies. So it is me and my father and all of us, the children. And I was my father's child. Like everyone, like all the 5 siblings I have, no, I was my father's favorite child. Twina kakungu karanyiza. Ndakora ha vision ija mama mazire kufa dada kabakora anterera. Ati nyije. Avuga motoka ija. Tuzaba mutemba ndeje tujye mpunata. Just Angela ati yeta chinywa chawe chasia atete ndijo mwe tujye mpunu. Bija tushitamo mukafunda tujye mpunu mzee yarokoka ndagira karebe bya mama byamutangaza. Yarokoka, but he wasn't happy. You could tell. I think, I don't know, my heart told me maybe there is so much he was regretting. he felt like he would have loved my mother. So I don't know, but our father was not okay after our mother died. So nza kurya nawe Christmas. Yeah, 2021 man. Mama file area like in July. It's now December. I was pregnant.
Did you know?
Yes. I went to Zambia 1 month after. I was feeling very funny.
That's in the break you had given, Shaba?
No.
Ninga, the break is done.
No, bishara tu anze ngudauke shaza again.
Okay.
If you had taken your time, I would have told you, but yeah, so I'm pregnant, and because I've had a lot of miscarriages, nkana huira masiko go kuzara. Nyo ana kuyazire na mante mukama yampo mwana. Na wamubuza nkaba mubanje bishani bya sera so shwangu mwene we ni surrogate mother. Sera siku yayanjuraga ninye ndamaze kukimanya. Yamere rino ninye ndamaze kukimanya. Ngeno tukamubagana karyo mwana wita bakozi nyowe amasiko go kuzara. Akastayiro zona kaza ahwire. Nkana agihireyo. So I didn't want to tell my father because when I lost my child, then chamu isabubi nyo. So miscarriages zigya agataho takuzimanya. Wena amanya ngo nkashemba kugirenda ryari. Obwemba yondo ndenda takumanya ngo okutwara tikizibo wanje. Na wampahaga erarenga ka 2 seconds ndagirenda. Wakata kukimanya. And I was not planning on telling him because I didn't know if this was gonna last or not. But let me to be amkamoko kubimanya. The Christmas morning kandi twatse tine kora 24th radio. So 25th akasheshe na temba taxi na zakabare dadija yanyakira twaza kugura umugati. Omuka Christmas zikaba zibazikwasire twena tuzomuka. Twose bitenje bikushana tuzampara umukanisa biki. Our mother was such a host, yeah? At least there is even a Christmas where my siblings could not come, but I had a show in Kavari, and mommy told me, you tell your artists to come and I bless them for that show. So me, I called them by nature, amana maniga ba fact when I bisho mukakumbe mama kari kuronda bukutechera.
Oh, sweetheart.
So bagenda bari na mama yajanga before the show mwijagambe ni. So they came like at 3-4. And it was a whole buffet at home, and mommy told them, I don't know how to spend Christmas alone. She threw it to a party for my artist friends in Kavari. So this Christmas was on dad. Then we come home. Twaza kugura umugati. Areba muzeyi nayebuza shino kwija kwanje dadi tikwamushemeza. So I told him I was pregnant. Twashitama mu motoka turi kwambuka Butobere to make him happy. He could write. Echiri kumuriza niki amashemererwa finally namje ati no. I've had about more than 21 miscarriages since the stillbirth kachafi. I didn't know anything about it. You did not tell me. Oh my God. Your mother is in heaven. Indeed, your mother is in heaven. Hataratuma arehikira jati yo God. My daughter. Your mother is in heaven indeed. But I could tell he was happy. Now I saw that dad I wanted to come. Unabenda kureba yisha kunyakira. Nkamureba namara kumujya nti nyinenda. Twaza mu kanisa ashakira cyakabyama. Amanza shweka n'uruhu anshweke na kapeti. Are you okay? Ashwagaruka yabyama. Change tata. Are you fine? The whole night he was on pressure. That was December 27th, was it? 27th, 21st January that year. Akarwara for like 4-5 days. Kandi no mukurwara kabanza yayango mubazi. No manya wodge wo kufa omushahara asa kugamba ngo ine TB eri mu cancer o ine nenda kandi ogyo mushije. Obwire bwahiki. So he didn't believe what the doctors were telling him he had. Because akatari musije arwara. So ko yayanjire mbazi. My sister's husband masiko baba kanungu yanteranje atogambira shakamiro mubazi wobundi kwa karabasa kukubulira. So I called him and told him, Dad, I tell you I'm pregnant. You get sick and you don't want to swallow your medicine. Ngokundo fota karebero mwana wanje. Akagutumisa nchari hasimu. Ezra, bring me that medicine and water. I miss swallow this medicine. I was his daughter. I loved that man so much. Mwena kabaranchenga gukora chihurira. Daddy yarwarira izoba biki. One day I'm on radio. It was on sports break. Actually twatakagire my phone rang, and in my head I knew we have kuko atesimu ori kurira nanyendire so ngonya into I can't cry, man. I've cried enough. I don't want to cry. I think I've cried enough, man. So, esimu yatera ori kutera no rwize muzeyi. So I was on the show, but I was very sure that ayahumura kundugaho namuterera ntumasiko nenje ataza tindenda bizibu niwe ijorebe sho yaremba atoshabe na mukamaza kwikara bariho ati niwe wenko ndi kukigambira because I don't want to deal with you if your father dies and you've not yet said bye to him. And I'm like, it's that bad? Yeah, I'm not saying he's going to die, but what if he does? Because hata hari arya oxygen intensive care bamu transferring ari rukunjiri ni rukunjiri ya chibare nyachibare that one. So I tell Kafoko aza mzee arwire arashasha Kafoko mwe nakachari mu cyakintu cya mama kurwara kuna mzee ntidada arwira katerebuka. What are you doing here? He has been sick for how long? You should have gone. That was Kafoko. And I told him, no, let me finish the show and go. He couldn't believe it. Because I had that tinta in a mom Christmas. Shoche nigga ready. So me I thought, manze njende, nye muka ready ntareto hamujyango gwigwariro ryo mu cyaro nyine tinta mu mutwe tatarya oxygen. Kuna arugire mu show. Honestly, I was too emotionally unavailable to go to the salon. So I went home, I slept, nimuka kasheshe, ka backpack kache, naza kureba muzeyi mirwariro. Kuna ikireje izoba ryenyine, nataha mu room nkahurira ti ndabuhurira ha TV turareba movies. Omuntu yagiye kufa nyine kweza koma bicebyo. My father was there like a cabbage. And I whispered something in his ear. The doctor was there. And a tear rolled down his eyes. Now I want to cry. Yeah, oh, no, it's okay. It's fine.
So you came.
And I told the doctor, Nampurira. The doctor was like, no one ever knows. We don't know what those people be feeling. But he has showed an emotion, so maybe he's hearing. That's why you're told when your person is in coma and conscious, I told him, oh natori ndakare okabanza wayemererera omwana wanje. Because I couldn't cry. I was pregnant. And my mother was not there to pray for my baby. So you don't understand. Oh God.
Shiny.
Barbara 500 shines you. Nara.
Wow. So did he just die then?
No.
Okay. So that's when he dropped that tear. When you said that, yeah. Shine away. We are back.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I make a fuss. I call Anne. I call Apple. Like all my siblings who are not around. I call Allen and I'm telling them. I tell them. Yes, Nana, my big sister.
Olive.
Yeah, the three we were here. Then the other three were the other side. And I was like, guys, that is not fine. These people took care of mom and saw her die. That's why they are not telling you that dad is going to die. I told them nyowe chinareba ariko aba bantu bari kutugambira mazima. Our father's only sickness kuyandazarwa emyaka yanje yona yamagara ganje
was that one
furu akabarwara senyigajwa no mu nyindo ko gaca muzibira kuza gukora akabata karwara gacikatombo bamutere kikatwacebetse never akabanywa rukaka for breakfast atugira tumwe natinyoruka kanenyaye akasheshe mwe na mwinembeho dada jire vest ariyo nazo mu rutoki. He was such a strong man. I had never seen my father like that. He was like the strongest man I ever. So that evening he needed a CT scan yo mutwe, so bamutransferinga kuno naterera Sky tufunire CT scan appointment biki. I called my friends bambonera katanda kabonire hari faro tuija nawe. It was my second time in an ambulance because the first time nobu muza kuzara marago nijanye ne daddy wanje mu motoka na Buchura. My brother-in-law was driving daddy's car ahead of us. Tujya mu ambulance bamutireme byoma nateretse bikagira ati tumukwata tuti twahikambara oba mukiro CT scan yatuberayo twasiba mbarara CT scan yatubera CT scan nataho muka konka turiyo. People were dying, man. People were dropping like grasshoppers. Amakuba rwizo muntu wawe ariko bokara warubaju yafa bamuhinya aza sebo kwa rafa abanza beta students ba nurses kubegesa. I'm pregnant. I am not even allowed to think about my father being sick because pressure is akuntere nderugemu, and I'm not yet about to have another miscarriage.
And we all understand the kind of how precious the pregnancy is.
My friends were there, very, very there. Tataka go mikono ya Audrey. My friends were there. Mgenu, you just know Julian was up and about looking for the doctors, calling every number she had. Eunice was like literally there paying bills. Even Audrey was there, Sia was there. Sia no izira kagira taremwe rizo bamuze kurara mu motoka reka biniye narara akasheshe muze yagira ki nkaba ndyo mukandi kutera amahuri ndikora breakfast yo kutarira barinkaye owanterire ni Oliver owakanungu dada jya yirwariro niba wa Oliver na taremwa Buchura na Audrey
bari abyabaremigamba
Oliver yangira torahi inti njya kutera amahuri inti naresere bujaro bya dadi mbisoki njire ndi kutera amahuri ndikusa kutwarira bataremwa. At are you standing or seated? And I'm standing. At you sit down. Kaikanda manyawagwan. Because that's the same thing they told me when mommy passed away. Are you standing or seated? And she told me, Shine, Daddy Ashanga, mommy. And you know the condition you're in? Tazam Karako.
I am very shy.
You handle this carefully. He's in a better place. Muzeyi yafa ajunirwe. Ubwo ni Oliver wetu. Muzeyi yafa ajunirwe. So yashanga, Mami, I need you to handle this carefully because you know your condition. The hard nkaterera Audrey. The hardest part was having to call people to tell them that my father has died. Ukora shangu nyonko kukubikira ndandi ko wamwita. Sharamwe no barete toilet paper saviye tukuzagenda ziracendera. Nyo yazana amara kuri.
Okay. Will be.
I should have a kashiza ka story. So, I got my friend, and now it is like a convoy, literally. You know, it's good when these things happen for one reason. You get to know omuntu wawe, that person who is going to stop what they are doing to come and be by your side. Oramanyangu nkashaba muzeyi Kafoko advance ndi kuzahirwariro kureba daddy yazimpa Elizoba twamara kumureta kuno namjya twamwihayo ari kuno hatiye ba yazimpa Elizoba yenca kare nababikira We were on our way in an ambulance. Tukati in an ambulance, like 2 other cars behind, 2 in front. Tukaikana ntunga muka stay twayemereza ambulance. Eri muko pisto ajya muchomo. Like everyone was trying to make sure I don't feel the pain. Because nkashita mu ambulance na Sky na Buchura na Julian. Ambulance eri muko fini. I didn't shed a tear even at one time. Because I was thinking about if it's going to be a baby boy, the Christopher that I was carrying in my stomach, because I wanted to call it Chris. Kandi kuriyabiro mahara. Kandi nkumweta Gauda Mushoberwa, my mother's name. I had made up my mind. Kafoko yantera tunintungamo. Atshaino rinkahe na ninyenda kuhereza ambulance yo kutwara muzeyi. Namjeta muzeyi katwa ichire ntungamo. And he sent me a lot of money on my phone. Money that I know he has never sent any of his workers. That man Kafoko. Kama muhomugisha. Na warachimanya ngundamukunda. Kama muhomugisha. So twazomuka. Twazika muzeyi. Konka hati nahwa. Like totally I was not.
How old was it?
57, 53, 55, 50 something. How old was the pregnancy? That is age. The pregnancy then, I was 3, 4, around there. Morning sickness in that trade, I'm going to share kubi. Nyine cha Russia hamisho.
Nisho sharia read.
I didn't mourn my father. I was in grief, but I didn't mourn. No. I kept it for when I give birth. Namara kuzara umwana kija huriri. Then I will cry.
I hope you did.
So the day after nagaruka kuno byayanga. My sister from UK came and I think she could see right through my smiles that I was not okay. I'm pregnant, I'm staying alone this side. All I have are my friends who cannot be there all the time. So kuyamazire kugenda yagarukayo basindika messages on WhatsApp group y'abana. Shaina ze Kampala aze kuturoa Anna. She's not okay. That's how I left. Kankaandikira Kafoka very big ratanajanzira no kugenda kantinire kumugambi. So he's been so good to me, but I keep fucking at every opportunity he gives me. So I sent him a letter, told him I'm pregnant and I've not been doing okay. So my siblings think I'm supposed to come.
Akajisoma ya
kabrutiki kakarya kati wara kubrutiki ngano mugiga bagiga tebarahandika WhatsApp. So yeah, then I went to Anna's. Nazimbe nyendo ya kanda shanka Shrek. Then umwana wa afiro wo kubanza kitwa Mukundi omureba Mukundi gukamunaga yafa ntakamuzira. So kuna benyine ndaya isamezi 8 habuzugweho exactly 4 weeks for me to give birth. Nazo musikani banjira ngo Mukundi
otuwajira ngwenzi wajigara.
Even my baby brother literally did this. Kunama arigambira doctor of you not supposed to ari bintu gutashimo ko aragambira Shine nke kigambo Mukundi on a child's neck. Kobo I was in the best hospital Serasi Yazariro, an amazing hospital. I was like the only African there. I don't know about room. You just know there was nothing that was going to happen to my boy. Echiturabas, Shana Mukama ya Sharam. Doctor Ajat, but you go. It is rules. It's like this, eh? We shall keep monitoring. Nagarukomuka. Je proper kandi nachichiriza. Konka kunterera sister wanje wabra namugambira. This and this Angela. So wait, let me get this. You and Taremu and Shaba. Mwaza muskani. Doctor yabagira ngo Mukundi aho gushaka ko tihoguri mwagaruka muka iwe nishe wogo mwana na Taremu ante. Are you stupid? Ya terera Anna and you also let it happen. Don't talk to me. Aren told me call me wamara kuzara and pray hard wamzara hurire. Don't talk to me again till you've given birth. And she meant it. She was supposed to contribute on the package. She sent the money immediately. She didn't because she could not believe the level of irresponsibility. Hakuba kura hari no mushaho. Bokuri ebyo it can't happen.
In my layman's understanding, so not take and then you would go and use and whatever it is.
Manyanyo we tinya njyaho munyine sete nyinji. So my husband and my siblings are compiling a lot of money. Already they've spent millions on antenatals. So me, in my city head, I'm thinking, if I can push on to 9, Atine Mukunda around the neck, I will push. I don't have to go under the C-section and pay all those cows for birth. You will not understand it. So, nagaruka muka ekirecho tindabyamira. Nkarota ninjira almost every child I've ever lost. I didn't sleep. I called Anna at 3 a.m. I didn't call her. She called me at 3 a.m. At the main house, ndo murumena benindara. At mwana wa mama, are you okay? I'm like, why are you calling me? And something has just told me to ask you if I'm not fine. You come. Good enough. My best friend was in holidays and coming to Kampala to pick something. Nanka Eunice. So Angela said it is okay. At tomorrow, tuzemu antinentals. Gwa gwerejire munonga. Bakugaruro muka. Gwa guterejire. I mean ozomuskani. Gwa guterejire. It's gwa gwerejire munonga ozare bakushare. Gwa guterejire ogirechi. You don't have to worry about anything. Has Shaba told you he doesn't have money? No. Have I told you I don't have? No. Didn't Ellen send you her share? Yes. What are you worried about? Okumanya ngu nyomwe nukandi ready kuzara hamezi mwenda. Eunice kuyijire that morning. Akashanga nyona taremwa turi kushohora. Turi kuzaha akaskani kahife yaba ana. Not at the hospital. Eunice yanje tkungo ina magezi. Are you okay? Because we already knew he's a boy. I already knew his name. He was Ainen Shaba Christopher. That's Christopher you're carrying in your stomach. And you're going to Akirini. Oh, yine esete bakaba shashuye kentare kusha. Ne, why? Is it fuel? Okay, we got taremwa na kwa fuel. Tuze ha TMR. Tuchebere kurunji shine. Kuna ichire kandi kagaruka.
That's how you went to labor.
Not labor. The umbilical was so tight.
Oh my shine.
So, twabanyereka hundarare nika hoteli kuri wazayo nyo nazayo ngwire nakira ndaguma ndashasha. Ndaguma nyerguize ndijo weekend mwe nika hoteli ekitaro nika swimming pool. Liri nirwariro. Ana mwamukorese. So, they show me the room, then we come home, pick the case and everything else, and I go. So the doctor told me, baraza kutere bikato bikibichi then nyanchakare mu mwazo urabona gira ki Christopher will be here with us. Nkarara na Eunice nataremwe mu irwariro. I watched comedy. I have never laughed that much all my life. I think Taremwa was just trying to make sure. Hatagira nkecha. Akami I can think. I know how to take my mind on trips. So we watched comedy. Twarara turasheka the whole night. Kuna anjira ngati. Ogwa imwe. Njya kujya birisha ne byabusha nyama nkarya nyama. So shaha zo kuza mu theater zahi kabari kuza konshara. Azanyo bari kuza kushara. I have a friend of mine called Jackie na Miremu. Akafaho mu theater yazo literally kahwamu. No one knows how she made it back. So the whole time I was thinking, kasta Christopher vayonga mulamu. Because the whole night they were monitoring his heartbeat himu. Bakaba leta kwa makatbi nyenda scan nyenda kumureba ndebe kwa ariyo kwa jizireki. Kwa ari proper. So the next day bakaba kubuza nonda kuzarota yama hariho ebyo kuzara mu bathtub ebyo byona abona barinda kusindika. So itabo mu theater barakugambira akeshongoro ubweshongoro borakunda ukore list bamukuterere. I was in the theater with Taremwa because Eunice is a coward, she could not. So I went with my baby brother in the theater and he was playing my songs. Nabi kugambira orafora tero mutatsi. So bari kunshara namugira ndikora ahurire kora arebo mwana wanje wamurebo tokareba Sign of Life. You play my gospel song at kare. Remember the deal is namara kuzara turirire daddy na mami properly. banshara kesho ngarakayo kari kutera ni ibinarere tanto ekeri vibe musieta ogemba yo pide bwati ti obwisire dadi amben mana tunikati banshara kumbandyaho mpurira ekishongoro cyanje cha gospel njyo wawe Yesu wanje. Me when I heard it, I knew my son ariho ahurire namuhurira ari kurira, but I thought I had died because there was my mother and my father standing like this kandi mgenu babra like I am seeing you right now, but akubiyanga kariho ebitara byaho itebye mizime ebyo bitara. It was my father and my mother there like with a smile. So ware baba for utagenda we yonga namangu twaika omwigu. I knew for sure I was dead. Subconsciously I knew I was dead, but I was crying. So what got me back was the doctor saying, Shine, are you okay? Are you crying because you're in pain or you're in shock? And time was like, it's tears of joy. Arigambira doctor kesho nkanje kari kutera kuri sari kurira mu base akawa kazaga ari mu base. I don't know why. Then I came back and I was like, I could not believe that I'm alive with a child, a living child. Omwana ari hakurire owanje. Up to today I cannot believe it. Ndanaza ko kumutera uruhinyijuke musasire mureke ncaranjogera namutera arashika. And I didn't get time to cry. Up to today,
okay, Shine.
Never.
I no longer know whether I'm hosting you or you're hosting me.
Niyo wamuzamye n'waruga kuzarezisha niwe twazaza ninge naza.
When oriota?
I am very fine.
What's the latest? I am trying to make sure I come back to life because I don't know.
When Christopher was born, he was born with jaundice.
What's that?
Yellow eyes, garakozinga abana baba. Yeah?
But Down syndrome.
Yes. Jaundice ya very severe. So twamugarura muri ryarwariro rye sete nyinji mu phototherapy. Mama, you know, me I was thinking, wow, God, you just wanted me to carry a living child ya marafe. Then I caught a mini stroke, like this side was non-responsive. Ayonchiribere rimwe nebyo bitama nejo ntumbwe nedyibondo, only one breast, because this side ekashanyarara. So when the whole world was typing congratulations, I was thinking about for what?
Half dead.
Yeah, but I was still at Anne's home and she didn't know that I had that. Because I felt like my parents had done it, my siblings had done enough. It is only Taremwa who knew. Every morning, akabavuga barugo weye, ayire kunyimuso mu kitanda. Kunyamba kuimuka. Because gata kwenda ngo bakimanyi. I didn't want pity, it was too much, it was enough. The boy is here, katumwachire katumukunde. It took like 4 days and I settled in, but ibere likaita karita mashereka. So yeah, yonkeri. He's now fine. According to the books of biology, achuchire konkanda jiroba no butesi. Oh, I'm just such a fast mom. I don't have breast milk, but he still plays on my boobs every once in a while. And now I'm thinking, why can't I come back and do what I love doing the most, sing?
So here we are, and you have a new song, is where we are coming to. Not even a new song.
This has been one hell of a show. This here, Nyamwiza. You're doing a good job, man. Omakutukamura. Namangu sazinega ijage gishono mterori hina shasha. Ninga ruembo. So here I am, back to music, hoping I make it for my boy at least.
Now you have every other reason.
Hoping I make it for my boy. That's why it's a different me in place. It's not the same old shine, yeah? I don't want I don't want my boy to be in school and say my mother is Shine Omukiga. They're like the other one who sings bad songs. So that's why I'm doing good songs. So if I do a song and you don't understand it, I understand it's not for you. I'm doing it for my boy. I want him to have a cool mom. Yeah? And he's there. Very healthy, surprisingly. Aine appetite. Everything.
Yero whatever.
Ebikachira. No, it took like a week or two, but Zikankamura, I was not available emotionally. But he's been a very healthy baby, very, very healthy boy, very happy and very stubborn. I see him and I want to apologize to my parents for what I did to them.
No, yeah.
Irony of life. Ndagenda ndebe junior, ndebe ekifubiro. Of God has decided he wants to teach me a lesson through practicals. I am raising myself. I don't mind because my parents passed through it and it didn't kill them.
But
I won't die. No, he's gonna be okay. He's too playful. I can't pray to God to make my child less playful.
Okay.
So Ahadi, he's active. He's a happy baby, very playful. That's where I want him. For as long as I'm alive and I have these 2 hands and the 2 feet, we shall be fine. The father is there, supportive, available, but not in the country. Era kaza kukora twamara kuzara yagira ati togo mwana yaza kukura na Serasi yazo mu ishomero international I want to go to school with Serasi they need to atandike kwehozaho like it's his fault. Let me go work so our boy can have what's best for him.
Okay. Mwentwendera shani.
I have a new song called Yeah You Were Love.
Bancho wagamba let's
Yeah You Were Love nakeshongo ka long distance.
Nakashaba.
Those are your words. It's for long distance lovers. You know, if you don't gossip with your person, you people are kukubi. Kume mutarayaga. Mukache ya mani. Mutarayaga ba neighbor. Murikwebi. I ask that you support my music career. Munkunde mugwe murankundo kumupiranga murankunda mwongere munakaka ndakwa mwenu now. Junior has to eat. Buri ngande shongora byanje byo kujya chikomando na Rolex now I have to cook home. Twateka njirane na hati nachererwa shime kutahante. You understand? Yeah, but we're gonna be fine and I'm so glad that I'm back and I'm so grateful. Mwebare kunkunda no manya mazire myaka 3 ntakweshongora na mani ndenda shoza kamwe konka abantu still barankunda baranyenda. It's humbling. Who am I that I can't be forgotten? Thank you so much. I hope ibintu byanje bindimo mukama abiguzemo munonga. I hope he's all over my business. I hope niza kweshongora ntereyo ka hit kamwe nanye ntandike kubasera kunkati ndaye pa. Thank you, bye. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my God, you're wonderful. Bye.
Wakoraji wabo shitamnika kurugeza nsanzira ufyakiraka ebya Shine Angela Nyonyozi Shine Omukiga wabereba kandi mbwe byo nbyebi nyowe indabgatsem twashemerwa kandi tekateka ngo guno murundi noja kubo twina program yetu turukuretero ndijo muzeni ijuka kusubscribinga gambira bakabata twine aba bakwegita ho yo noreba video yeje nabo bazasime yabo bakore ncishumwe ba subscribinze bururakata nutreto muzeni naranka Shine Angela Nyonyozi utwatwine abakira nyowe ni nyitaba Nyamuzi obume.